From consumption to collaboration. The upper left-hand corner, which you can actually see, is a picture of the kind of traditional computer lab where all the screens are faced in the same direction. Sometimes every other one is faced in a different type of direction. But they're set up for individual use. They're set up the way we think because we're thinking of computers as being something that is for information purposes. And so we've set them up so individuals can go in hour-long blocks of time. They can actually create and find information. But it's not the growing way in which a lot of people want to use computers. And in fact, schools are requiring more collaborative work projects, and people want to work together on a number of different projects. And what you see in the lower corner is actually a collaboration space where what you can do is the individual computers, or if you want, you can toggle switches and use the larger screen so that a group can work on a different project together. So what we're beginning to see is that difference between the way we have been setting up computers for individual searching of information to the growing demand for collaboration spaces where people want to work together with the technology that is attached to that. And many times what we really need to do is to look at the academic community, because you are seeing in undergraduate places where they're beginning to rework some of the library spaces so it has many more collaboration spaces where people can work together. This, by the way, is a picture of a discovery space in the Malmo, Sweden public library. And I love the way they've set this up. They call it a discovery center there. And instead of it being like a place where you traditionally book 1 hour of computer use, and you can see the fellow that's sitting at the chair, and yes, I asked him if I could take his picture, so there's not a privacy violation when we're dealing with this one. But and he did, however, kind of bend over and put his hat down ever so slightly. But what they do in the discovery spaces is people come in and they say, I'm working on a dissertation, I'm working on a family history, I'm working on a genealogy project. I want to use this type of software. My goal is to publish it. My goal is to do this. This is what I want to work with. The staff that they work with then say, well, do you know this software? Do you know how to use that? Not really. Well, we offer classes for that, so we can teach you to use that software, and that's probably your first step. This one might be really good. You might want to investigate that one. We can offer a class, or we can do that, or we can do tutorials. We've got videos for that, so you can take that, do that, come back. And they come back and they say, well, it looks like your project's going to take you probably 16 to 20 hours. And yet, when you're working on that type of project, you don't want to stop at the end of 1 hour. So what we're going to do is, what are your Tuesday nights like? Oh, Tuesday nights are perfect. So we'll give you 4-hour blocks every Tuesday night for the next 4 weeks, next 5 weeks. And then you can work on your project on Tuesday nights in larger blocks of time. Because when you're dealing with creation projects and when you're dealing with that type of a thing, you need to get on a roll, and you need to sort of work on it in that type of a space. So I think one thing that we're going to begin to see is a movement from that individual use of computer, that quiet use of a computer, into more collaboration spaces and into people's desire to work on projects that take them longer periods of time. So we're going to have to become more flexible with the use of space.